Jermaine was a terrible brother. No, I'm just kidding.
It's exciting to know that other people, love your husband's work.
I know that I'm tough to live with. And
Jermaine and I met in 1975.
I came back to do a tour, but I'm still independent. I'm still independently strong and still on my own. But the tour has been wonderful for me because it's something that I wanted to do for the last 8 or 9 years. And I used to dream about being on stage with those guys. And now I remember the first night in Kansas City, it was just like when we were up under the stage before we come out, it was just like a dream come true. I was tearing a little because it's something that I always wanted to do. And we came out, and it was the greatest thing that could ever happen to me in a long time.
By now, the Jackson brothers are probably the best-known group of young men in the world. Yet one brother has always listened to his own beat, Jermaine Jackson. In this edition of Cover Story, we'll see what it's like being the independent Jackson brother. How it was for Jermaine to be reunited with his brothers on the Jackson Victor Tour after an 8-year separation. Jermaine and his wife Hazel, daughter of Motown founder Berry Gordy Jr., share some private moments with us.
I love music, so to see Jermaine is exciting. We'll have it on, and when he comes on, the kids and myself, we run to the television, and there's Daddy.
Hazel.
Hey.
Being, in the front of the camera all the time and on stage in front of people, it's like you're always exploited all the time. And if you don't wind down, then you become nervous and you're 24 hours on stage. I don't want that for myself because just being a human being, what I talked about earlier, that comes first. My mother and father, I feel, did a fantastic job for us. I remember having a paper route and and delivering papers, getting chased by dogs, and even going to the laundromat, pushing a cart down on the street with our clothes and inside the laundromat with a box of Tide washing powder. But those were the days that I'll never forget because that prepared me and also my brothers and my whole entire family to be what we are today. And I say it time and time, if you don't forget where you come from, you always know where you're going.
He was fun. He used to joke all the time, and the Three Stooges, they were tops in our family, and my brothers started acting so much like him till my mother had to stop them from watching them for a while.
It was one of the hardest things that I had to face. I guess being my brothers for all those years, and then all of a sudden there's something comes before you and you have to make a decision. And I had to grow up very fast, and it was very tough. My family felt that I had betrayed them, but which I understood their feelings, but there was something in me that wanted to just be my own person, not so much to be a solo artist, but just stand up for myself and speak up for myself, and I've always been like that. So I didn't agree with what they wanted to do, so I stayed at Motown, and they went on to Epic Records.
In 1969, when the Jackson brothers
Opportunity.
Touring is it's a responsibility, and it's a job, but you can make it fun. We have a lot of fun because we're all brothers, and we have a lot of things that keep us busy out there. We travel with a lot of video equipment, games, a gym, life cycles. I have a 16-track recording studio that I built in a road case that I designed, and I travel with that to write a lot of songs. But you tend to get bored with that also, so it's time to just leave that hotel and go to another one.
Well,
And being out there on a major tour like that, you have to have security and people who are just going to be there in case something happened. Not particularly just the fans, because something may happen. I'm the same person whether I have a hit record or not. You know, whether I'm on the top or on the bottom, I'm still the same. And it's just that's because I'm happy within myself as a person, and I'm thrilled about just where I'm going and the things that I'm doing, because it shows that without this success, there's still something to do. There's still life goes on, and I was a person before I became an entertainer. My very first video, but it was shot like a short film or a short movie. And Bob Giraldi was great. His staff working with Pia was wonderful. She helped me a lot, made it more comfortable for me. And I got hooked into just wanting to do more videos and more, because it was something that I could show another side of me, even in front of the camera and behind the camera, just being very into what was going on at every moment.
and we have a lot of...
Días que se van, arenas que se escurren sin cesar. Días que
I'm back in the studio working with Buddy McCluskey on a Spanish version of When the Rain Begins to Fall. And the pronunciation on certain words, I'm having just slight little trouble, but by the time I put it down on tape, we should do very well. When I'm home, I have to wear a family hat. I have to become a father. When I'm out on the road, I have to become a performer and also a business person as well. There's the show part and there's the business part of it. And so wearing those different titles, it's if you get them mixed up, then it can get confusing. But just being out there and wanting to be home to see your family, wanting to be back out there on stage, you go through these spells. And so sometimes we play 3 days and we have 4 days off. Some of the off days, I can't wait to hit the stage again, because it's just one of those things where it's just such a great energy that's going on out there, and there's nothing that you can get from anywhere else. I have other nieces, my daughter, my son, they sing, they dance, they play instruments, but I'm more concerned about starting them out as to understanding that they're going to have to work for what they want in life. There's nothing that's going to come easy.
And in Jermaine's work and our personal lives, we emphasize, life and love, like with our children. We try to teach them the most important thing is love, to enjoy life while you're here.
I'd like to dedicate this to Minty Lacey.
Jermaine and Hazel Jackson have a genuine commitment to making sure that their sensitivity to the needs of children goes beyond their own son and daughter. That's why they work with the Starlight Kids, a group dedicated to enriching the lives of disabled and terminally ill children.
When those kids came in the room, my heart opened out for them, because they're people just like us. Maybe they're not as fortunate, but still, they cry, they bleed, they have feelings just like we do. So you have to make a way. I mean, you have to make a way so that they can enjoy things in life also, because we forget. I feel that if I was to hang my career on the wall, and all the gold records and the platinum albums and the awards and the achievements and everything, I'm very happy about that. I'm very happy about it, and I can say, God, we did it. But to be known as a great performer, it's not enough for me. I would rather make a much deeper statement than that.
When you did what you did to me.
You know, no marriage is peaches and cream. We have arguments. We talk about them. We settle them. And so there were times when it was very tough, very rough. And two people, me being a person that I am, and she being a person that she is, and me being a Sagittarian, she's being a Leo, if that means anything. And I know that I'm tough to live with. And so I like things a certain way. But it works out. It works out.
I think trust has a lot to do with it also. You know, we talk about everything, discuss everything, and the things that we can do together, we do together. And I think that's important, being best friends as well as husband and wife. Always looking and listening for the sound, the lighting. When I see Jermaine on stage, I want everything to be perfect for him. So I'm always, aware. It's very hard to get a couple of minutes together, alone. But when you're an entertainer, that's what you have to live with. That's what you want to do, and you accept that.
So you find a spot like this, and you just watch the trees sway, and you hear the breeze blow, and the birds and everything, because they're all free, and so that relaxes your mind.
I was crazy.
I'm very cautious about just moving too fast, and just taking on so much too quick. All of it's great and successful, but you have to take it in certain amounts to be able to deal with it and understand it. And there's time for privacy and going off somewhere and just thinking.
What you do when you did what you did to me.